Welcome back to the deep dive. If you're in the permanent makeup world, you know how much relies on your pigments. Consistency, safety, it's all crucial. Today, we're really digging into one of the big names, Brovi Pigments, looking at some recent updates in their different product lines.
Yeah, Brovi's built up this reputation, for being really reliable. And there's been some chatter about changes. So our mission today is kind of twofold. Unpack their official announcement, the whole new label, same formula thing, and then really get into the nitty-gritty of their pigment types using their new pigment guide.
Okay, let's hit that main question right away, because everyone's asking, did the actual pigment change? And the answer seems to be a very clear no, right? The stuff in the bottle, the chemistry you trust, it's identical.
Exactly. That's the absolute key takeaway up front. The formulas, untouched. What has changed, and this is important too, is the stuff around the pigment. The documentation, the professional support. That side's seen a real upgrade.
Okay, so same juice, new bottle, or at least new label. Let's talk about those label changes. What's actually different, and why does it matter for, quality control?
Right, it really comes down to two main things for the professional artist. Traceability and clarity.
Yeah.
First, big one. They've added a unique batch number right there on each bottle.
Ah, okay. So you can track exactly which batch was used for which client.
Precisely. Makes production tracing easier for them, sure, but for you, the artist, it seriously simplifies your record keeping. If there's ever an issue, or just for good practice, you know exactly what was used.
That definitely streamlines the safety side of things. And what about dates? Expiry dates, production dates, that can be a headache, especially with different country formats.
You nailed it. That's the second key change. They've standardized the date format. Now it's always day, month, year.
Oh, thank goodness. No more guessing if 03304 is March 4th or April 3rd.
Exactly. It just cuts out that ambiguity.
Right.
Makes inventory management much easier, much clearer, no matter where you're based.
Super practical fix. Now, the sources also mention that because this is rolling out, artists might get bottles with the old or the new labels for a while.
Correct. There's a transition period, so don't be surprised if you see both styles. But again, the pigment inside is exactly the same. The change is all about the label info.
So view it as an upgrade to the system, not a change to the product itself. Better tracking, clearer dates.
That's the way to look at it. Enhanced professional framework.
Okay, documentation sorted. Let's get into the fun stuff, the pigments themselves. How do these different lines actually perform? Brovi seems to have things pretty organized chemically, and they've laid it all out in this new pigment guide you mentioned, which sounds like a great resource. Recipes, technical tips.
Yeah, the guide is definitely worth downloading. It really helps differentiate the lines. Let's focus on brows first. They've basically got three main collections, each with its own chemistry and intended outcome.
Right, starting with the foundation. The Essential Collection. They call it their classic hybrid. What's the profile here?
The Essential line is, essential. It's their original hybrid set. Think high saturation, designed for mixing. When you reach for this one, you're typically aiming for a really dense, saturated, healed result. You get, really impressive color payoff right from that first session.
So maximum color load on the first go?
Pretty much. It's the workhorse if you want that strong retention immediately, maybe accepting a slightly bolder initial look for it.
Okay. Then there's the Brovi Plus series. The name suggests more, higher concentration.
It does. It's also a hybrid leaning organic, but with a higher pigment concentration. The big professional advantage here, it implants really quickly, less time in the chair.
Saves time, always good. But what about the healed look? Does faster mean harsher?
Not necessarily. That's the interesting part. These are warmer shades, and they're specifically engineered to heal soft and natural. Crucially, they're designed to resist shifting towards those unwanted cool or gray tones over time. They've sort of built in warmth to keep the color stable long term.
Interesting chemistry. Okay, and the third brow line is totally different. The Brovi 1 mineral line, inorganic. This sounds like the go-to for sensitivity concerns.
That's exactly the niche. It's their mineral-based inorganic option. Safety and predictability are the keywords here. They're flagged as hypoallergenic, gently on the skin.
But the classic trade-off with mineral pigments can sometimes be, staying power, right? Is retention compromised for that gentleness?
That's always the question with inorganics. Brovi positions these as pigments that fade very evenly and predictably. Minimal weird color shifts as they fade. So maybe not the punch of the Essential line in one session, but they offer clean, consistent performance. Great for, say, beginners or clients who want a much softer look that ages gracefully.
Makes sense. Different tools for different needs. Okay, let's pivot to lips. The Brovi XOXO lip line. The description emphasizes versatility.
Yeah, versatility sums it up perfectly. It's a highly pigmented line. This means the artist controls the outcome entirely through technique and, importantly, dilution. You can use diluents for just a whisper of color, like a subtle tint.
Or pack it for a full lipstick look.
Exactly. From sheer to bold, it's down to how you work it. And for artists doing more advanced work, like corrections, the sources mention they have specialized things too. Lip primers, specific mixes to counteract existing gray or cool tones in the lips.
That's vital. Often you're fixing the canvas before you even start painting, so having those tools built into the line is key.
Absolutely. A comprehensive line needs those modifiers.
Now let's get really technical. The black line for eyeliner. This really highlights the chemistry focus. They offer two blacks, black square and ultra black. Why two? What's the difference in ultra black?
Okay, yeah, this is cool. Black square is your straightforward, pure carbon black. Gives you that classic sharp black finish. But ultra black, that's where the subtle chemistry comes in. It's a deep black, but it contains this tiny, almost counterintuitive ingredient, a trace amount of red iron oxide.
Wait, red? In a pigment meant to stay pure black, why would they do that?
It sounds weird, right? But it's actually brilliant stabilization. That tiny bit of red iron oxide acts as a buffer. Its specific job is to prevent the healed black from shifting towards brown over the years.
So pure carbon can sometimes warm up or lose depth over a long time.
Exactly. It can break down unevenly. The red iron oxide helps anchor the black, keeping it deep, true, and rich for much, much longer. It sacrifices a tiny bit of purity for long-term aesthetic stability.
That's fascinating. It shows a real commitment to how the work looks years down the line, not just initially. And speaking of long-term thinking and quality, that extends beyond the formula itself into their global compliance, right?
Oh, absolutely. Dealing with pigments internationally. Compliance is everything. Brovi makes a point of having MSDS material safety data sheets readily available. And not just for their own stuff, but they mention having them for other big brands too, like Swiss Color, Edelon Mix, Hanify, Face. That's crucial for meeting safety standards everywhere.
And just the scale of their operation is kind of wild when you look at the logistics. The list of currencies they support, it's huge. We're talking Chinese yuan, Israeli shekel, Hungarian forint, South African rand.
Yeah, that list tells a story. It's not just about taking payments. It means they're navigating complex import regulations, safety documentation requirements in dozens of countries. Maintaining that consistency across markets speaking English, Espanol, it's a massive undertaking.
And that whole infrastructure is ultimately there to support the professional artist wherever you might be working. On a practical note for our listeners in North America, they also mention straightforward shipping support, free shipping over $100 in the USA, and over $200 for Canada.
All right, it ties it all together. You've got the clear admin, the proven chemistry, robust safety docs, and then streamlined logistics to actually get the product. It's all designed to make the PMU Pro's life easier and safer.
So wrapping this up, what's the big picture for you, the listener? Our deep dive confirms it. The Brovi formulas you trust haven't changed. They're constant. But the brand has made significant upgrades around them. Those batch numbers, the DMY dates, that comprehensive pigment guide, it's all about adding clarity, boosting quality control, and empowering you with knowledge.
Yeah, these aren't changes to worry about at all. They're professional enhancements. You get the same reliable pigment in the bottle, but now with better transparency and support surrounding it. It helps you work safer, document better.
And maybe to leave you with one final thought to chew on, let's circle back to that ultra black eyeliner. That tiny bit of red iron oxide, added specifically for long-term color stability. It really makes you think, doesn't it? How deep does your understanding of pigment chemistry really need to go to guarantee not just safety, but truly satisfactory results for every client year after year? It suggests knowing the shade isn't enough. You need to understand the composition. Maybe that deeper knowledge is what truly separates the good artists from the truly great ones.